Simplify each of the following. 3x squared y plus 7xy plus 4y squared plus 2x squared plus x squared y minus 5xy minus 3y squared. First thing we have to do is remove the brackets, and then we want to gather the like terms together. For two terms in x and y to be like, or to be the same, they must have exactly the same powers of both the x and the y. For example, 3x squared y and x squared y, or 1x squared y, are like. The x has a squared part in both, and the y is just a single y, or y to the power 1. So they are alike. If we were to add these, it would be 3x squared y plus 1x squared y would give us 4x squared y. If we were to subtract them, it would be 3x squared y minus 1x squared y would leave us with 2x squared y. But 7xy and x squared y are not the same. In this term, the x is the power of 1, and in this one, the x is the power of 2. So we cannot add these, we cannot subtract them. We could, however, multiply them, but we're not asked to do that in this question. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the brackets from in front of the 3x squared y and after the 4y squared, and in front of the 2x squared and after the minus 3y squared. So we've just removed the brackets, so that's what we have here. Next, we're going to group together the like terms. So I'm going to circle the 3x squared y. And then I'm going to have a look along the rest of my terms and see, do I see anything else that has an x squared y? And I do. I've got plus x squared y, or I can call this plus 1x squared y. So I've grouped both of those down here together. So 3x squared y plus 1x squared y. Next, I'm going to circle my 7xy. Have a look along the rest of my terms. So do I see anything else with an xy? And I do, minus 5xy. And I'm going to group those together down here, 7xy minus 5xy. Next, I'm going to circle my plus 4y squared. And again, I have a look and see, do I have anything else that has y squared? Yes, I do, minus 3y squared. I'm going to circle that. And I'm going to bring those down here, 4y squared minus 3y squared. And then I'm left with plus 2x squared, so just leave that at the end there. So then 3x squared y plus 1x squared y gives me 4x squared y, because 3 plus 1 is 4, and the x squared y stays the exact same. The powers do not change when I'm adding or subtracting terms. Then 7xy minus 5xy gives me 2xy. 7 taken by 5 is 2, and the xy stays the same. And then 4y squared minus 3y squared leaves me with 1y squared, which I can just call y squared. And then I just bring down the 2x squared. I had nothing to group that with. In part 2, I want to simplify x plus 4 multiplied by x squared minus 3x plus 2. So, to expand my brackets. To expand means to multiply out the brackets. We're going to start by multiplying the entire second bracket by each term in the first bracket in turn. So when I have a look at this, I can see that this looks like 2 eggs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack open the first egg. So I'm going to put a crack in this egg in between the x and the plus sign. And what's going to happen is the x is going to come down here in front, and we're going to stick on the second egg onto it, which we have not cracked open. And then the plus 4 is going to come down here, and we're going to stick on the second egg again, which we have not cracked open. So we crack open the first egg, bring the x down, stick on the second egg, bring down the plus 4 and stick on the second egg. And then we just have to multiply out these terms by removing all the brackets. So x by x squared is x cubed, because x to the power 1 times x to the power 2, multiplying powers with the same base, we add the powers. Then x by minus 3x is minus 3x squared. Again, x by x is going to give us x squared, so x by minus 3x is minus 3x squared. And x by 2 is 2x. A number multiplied by a letter, we stick them together. Then 4 by x squared is 4x squared. 4 by minus 3x is minus 12x. 4 by 2 is 8. So I've multiplied out my brackets. Now I need to gather my like terms. So I've only got one x cubed value, so I'm going to bring that down there. I'm going to circle my minus 3x squared and my plus 4x squared. And minus 3 plus 4 gives me 1x squared, or just x squared. Next, I'm going to put together my 2x and my minus 12x. And 2 take away 12 is minus 10x, and then I just bring down the 8. And there we have it, x cubed plus x squared minus 10x plus 8. So next I want to expand 2x plus 3y squared. So anything squared is going to be that thing multiplied by itself. So 2x plus 3y squared is going to really be 2x plus 3y multiplied by 2x plus 3y. So it's just 2x plus 3y multiplied by itself. So now I have what looks like 2 eggs. So this is known as binomial expansion. I'm going to crack open the first egg, bring the 2x down here and stick on the second egg, which is 2x plus 3y. And then bring down the plus 3 down here and again stick on the second egg. So I crack open the first egg, I bring down the 2x, stick on the second egg, bring down the plus 3y, stick on the second egg. So 2x by 2x gives me 4x squared, 2x by 3y gives me plus 6xy, 3y by 2x gives me plus 6xy, and 3y by 3y gives me 9y squared. The only terms that I can group together is the 6xy and the 6xy. And I can bring down the 4x squared, the 6xy and the 6xy gives me 12xy. And then I bring down the 9y squared. So I end up with 4x squared plus 12xy plus 9y squared. Okay, so now I want to expand 3x minus 7 squared. So again, that's going to give me 3x minus 7 multiplied by 3x minus 7. So 3x minus 7 multiplied by itself. Again, I've got 2 eggs. This is known as binomial expansion. I'm going to crack open the first egg, bring down the 3x, bring down the minus 7, and multiply both of them by the second egg. So I brought down the 3x, stuck on 3x minus 7, brought down the minus 7, and stuck on 3x minus 7. So 3x by 3x is 9x squared, 3x by minus 7 is minus 21x, minus 7 by 3x is minus 21x, and minus 7 by minus 7 is positive 49. Be really, really careful, it's so easy to make mistakes. A minus by minus gives a plus. Bring down the 9x squared, group together the minus 21x and the minus 21x to give minus 42x, and then bring down the plus 49. So I get 9x squared minus 42x plus 49.